Hello everyone, welcome back to the Beauty Professor. I'm Miss G, and today I'm going to teach you how to highlight and contour with the amazing makeup from Seint. I am doing this beautiful look that is called Frosted Pine that comes in a collection to bundle and save. If you'd like to learn how to do this, stay tuned, and if you can, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy. Let's just hop right in. So today I'm going to be working out of the beautiful tinsel palette. This one holds 27 full-size tins. And when I say full-size tins, I am talking about these long tins. So this is my first level, my second level. This holds everything I need to get ready for my lips. And then the third level, I keep eyeshadows on. So this is my makeup bag. Everything I need to get ready is in here except for mascara. It makes traveling super easy because everything in here is TSA approved. You just put this on your carry-on bag and you have everything with you. So we are going to start. I'm going to be doing medium coverage today. I am 52 years old, so I do makeup for mature skin. If you're wondering about a primer with Seint Makeup, they recommend do not use any primers with silicone. Really, the best primer is Happy Healthy Skin. But if you do need a primer, I do like the Embryolisse. It is a moisturizer plus primer, and it works really well with mature skin. So I'm going to begin today. And these are the first three shades I'm going to be using. The first shade is a little darker than the second. Think of this as your foundation shade. This is going to go in and even out my skin tone. The second one is a brightening shade. Think of this as your concealer. I'm going to be putting this in the center of my face to build dimension and to brighten up this area, which enhances our beauty. And the third one is contour. The contour is going to go in and chisel out our cheekbone, make our jawline look slimmer, narrow our forehead, make our nose look more narrow, lips look plumper. So I'm going to be doing these three to begin with, and then we're going to move on to bronzing and this beautiful look. It comes in a bundle. It's called Frosted Pine. So I'm going to be using these shades on my face. So let's get started. I'm going to be working with the 3D brush. All of Seint's brushes are dual-ended. This end is meant to do underneath the eye. This end you can use to apply your highlight. You could also use this end to contour. I'm going to be working with a few brushes because I have them all. This is a great brush to begin with. It gives medium coverage. So remember, with Seint Makeup, it's not about applying more makeup or less makeup. It's about choosing the correct brush. So the 3D brush is a great place to start because it gives us medium coverage. So I'm just going to go in with this wider end, and I'm going to pick up my shade right here. My shade's called Aura. Yours might be called something different. We're all different skin tones. I color match. All the information will be down below it in my description area. I color match for free, so you can get the perfect match for your skin tone. I would love to help you get started. It's a free service I offer all of my clients, and this ensures that you get the best color match. Makes it easy. You just do it from your home. You send me your selfie, and it's a piece of cake. So I just apply this along my jawline. I'm going to apply this wherever I want coverage. I am going to apply it right here on my cheek, up the cheek, right in here. Our contour has coverage, so I'm not going to be placing this where the contour is going or where the brightener is going. With cream makeup, less is more. And as we mature, we want to use less makeup so our skin can shine through. And that glow shining through your makeup makes you look younger. So I've been teaching on Facebook for about 7 months, and I decided to come over here on YouTube because I am a teacher. I'm more of an educator. and I think YouTube's a great fit for me because my videos tend to go a little longer, and they are difficult to upload on Facebook, so I thought I'd jump over here to YouTube. But in my description, there'll be a link tree. You can find me. I'm on all the social platforms. I'd love to have you on all of them. So now I'm going to just switch my brush over so you can see where I applied that. I'm not going to blend that in just yet because I want you to see where that is. So I put it where I want coverage. My contour is going to go up here, so I didn't put it there. I'm going to put some brightening highlight here, so I didn't put it here. The brightening highlight goes in the center of the face, so that's why I didn't put this first highlight. We call these highlights in Seint World on the sides of my face, but now I am. So this is the brightening highlight. You can think of this as your concealer, but it is so much better than concealer. This is cream makeup. So cream makeup is absolutely wonderful on mature skin because it is a solid, and solids don't move. They stay put. So with liquid foundation moves. It's a liquid. It's going to find crevices and wrinkles and fine lines, and it's going to settle and move into it. With cream makeup, it doesn't do this. It's amazing on mature skin. It's also cream. It's very moisturizing. It has 11 clean ingredients, and the more you use this, the nicer your skin's going to get. You are just going to love it. So I just placed it down the center of my face, and think of having like this upside down triangle right here on your face. That is where I am brightening. Now I'm going to place the smallest amount under my eyes. Under our eyes, as we get older, it does all kinds of crazy things. We get wrinkles, we get crepiness, we get dense and fine lines and crow's feet, and we don't want to be adding a ton of concealer under our eyes because that's not going to really fix anything. It's just going to add brightness there and attract attention to that area. So the best bet under the eyes is to color correct, which I had done previously. I will do a separate tutorial. I didn't want to do that today. I just want to do basic 3D makeup. But under my eyes, I have color corrected. So that's sort of the best combination. Well, it is the best combination for mature skin because then you do not have to put anything under your eyes and they look beautiful, like just like skin. And we're fixing the color, and that's all we really need to do under the eyes. But I'm going to place a little bit there just so you can see if you don't need to color correct, maybe you are younger. And then I'm just going to place some right up here for a little eye lift. So I just place it right here towards my eyebrow and I pull up. We want to keep this area right here of our temple bright. We don't want to add contour here. We don't want to put a blush right here. That's going to indent our face right there and it's going to make us look older. We don't want to do that. So let's begin the blend. To blend, I am just going to flip my brush over and I'm going to be using this end in this sort of a motion, tap, 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 with a little flick to blend this in. We don't want to move our makeup like this with cream makeup. We're just pushing this into the skin and it blends like butter. And I'm going to do my main highlight first, the darker shade first, and then I'll go back in and blend my brightening highlight next. So I plan on posting on YouTube a full-length tutorial once a week. I'll probably do some pop-up shorts on here. And if you join my Facebook group, I do giveaways there. I'll probably do some here too. And I have graphics there and more in-depth lessons. I also do skincare. So I have a lot of secrets. Like I said before, I'm 52 and I have taken pretty good care of my skin throughout my life, thankfully. And I want to share all those tips and secrets that my grandma passed on to me, to you, that has really helped me out. So now I'm just going to blend out underneath my eyes. I'm going to flip my brush over. I'm just tapping this in really gentle. I'm going to go up the side here. And I'm going to put that on. I might need a little bit more. I'm going to put that on right here. the top of my eyelids. I'm just tapping this in gently. Tap it in gently here. I go back in, get a little bit more. So really less is more. You want to use the least amount possible that you can get away with for coverage. And then I'm just using what's on my brush to brighten up down here, down my nose, and right here in the center of the forehead, between the brows. So I work between the arch of each brow, and I just pull it between the brow. And now I'm going to turn my brush back over and I'm going to work the rest of this into my forehead. This makeup is super fast. Once you get the hang of it, you can have your makeup done really fast. Okay, if you need to, 5 minutes or less. Which makes it great for if you work or you're running late or you like to get ready on the go. Because everything's with you. You can, if you're a passenger in the car, you can get ready with your mirror. So I'm just pushing that in. And before I go any further, I am going to set my makeup. Now, I can't see very well, so I wear glasses. So I work with a 10 times magnification mirror. It's right there. You can't see it. But I like to work with that. And then when I'm working with that and I can't see my makeup on my skin and I'm looking at it and pushing in my makeup, and if it looks good in a 10 times magnification mirror, then I know in person this makeup is going to be perfect. And I do up close pretty makeup. This is for us normal women who want to get ready fast, who just want to have pretty skin, make us look younger, make us look prettier. That's the type of makeup I teach. And I go slow, so you will follow along with me. You will be a makeup expert in no time. Okay, so I push that all in with the 3D brush. Now, what I love to do is to go in with a makeup sponge. Seint makes this cute little one. It comes in this nice little can. It's inexpensive. And what I do before I start getting ready, I run this under water, I squeeze it a few times, and then I roll it and squeeze it dry, like damp dry, in an absorbent towel. Then it sits here on my vanity and dries out a little bit. And by the time I get to this part, it's ready to do its magic. Now, Seint has a setting spray. And when you're mature, you don't want to set your makeup with powder because powder is very drying and it enhances fine lines and wrinkles. And we don't want to dry out our skin as we age. We want to keep it moisturized and we don't want to enhance fine lines and wrinkles. So using a setting spray with a damp makeup sponge is your best bet. And I like to do this right now because it's going to push my makeup in. It's going to give me the best skin-like finish and it's going to set my makeup at the same time. Now, if the sponge, if you look up at it at close, it has tiny little pores. It looks just like our skin. That's why it's so magnificent at making the skin-like finish with your makeup. It is just amazing. If you're not using one, try one, but make sure it's real spongy and flexible like this one and that you dampen it because you can't really work with it if it's dry. Okay, so I'm now going to use the setting spray. This is Seint setting spray. It smells like a pina colada. It smells delicious. The fragrance disappears really quick, but when you're using it, it is a treat. Makes me feel like I'm on vacation. So I just spray this all over my sponge and then I'm going to go over this one time and I'm just going to push this in. Now, this is going to pick up makeup if I was heavy-handed. And in the beginning, most of us usually are because cream's new to us. We've been working with liquid. And I'm just going to flip it over and push it into my eyelids. And then I'm going to look in my 10 times magnification mirror here and make sure that I have it all pushed into my skin. And this is going to make sure that my makeup is set. And you can see how my skin's shining through, but I still have coverage. Now, if you pick up too much, I always pick up too much. I have some broken capillaries. You just go back into your makeup. And I'm just gonna go back into my main shade and I'm just gonna press them right back. Just put it right back. So it's no big deal. So if you take up too much, just go back and put it back on. All right, so now my makeup is set. I am ready to move on to contouring. So if you don't know how to contour, this is amazing for mature skin. It's your best friend because it's gonna take years off your face. Now the contour is a darker shade. That's sitting next to it is a bronzer. So if you look at the two, bronzers are warm and contours are ashy. So you don't want to use a bronzer to contour with, and you definitely don't want to use your contour to bronze with. Now, bronzing, you can get away with that. You just have to be very careful, but contour, you absolutely do not want to use contour as a bronzer. It is ashy and it's the wrong color and you're not going to like the way it looks, but it's perfect for what it's meant to do, contour. So we are going to contour the forehead. This is the detail brush, and it has the perfect end to go under the cheek, work around the forehead, and to flip it over. It's great for under the eye work, illuminating. So all of the brushes are dual-ended. They are fabulous. They are meant for cream makeup. So I'm going to go into my contour. My shade is called Olive, and it is a drier, so you can pick up a little bit more. And they last a really long time. I'm getting near the end of mine, and it's lasted, geez, I do lots of makeup, 6-7 months here. So I picked up some. Now on the forehead, we're just going to cast a shadow. I have a wide forehead and I want to knock some of this width off and let some of this height off. If you have a narrow face, you're just going to want to put it up here. But I have a pretty wide forehead and long forehead, so I want to cast a shadow there. So I'm just going to place this right across. I'm putting on a little bit more than I usually would, so you can see it on camera. So I'm just going straight across my hairline here. I'm going to pick up some more. And then I'm just going to take it, it's almost like a rainbow, down the side, back into the hairline there. Now all that did was cast a shadow. We're going to blend out at the end. So I want you to be able to see this sitting here while I work. Keep it away from this temple area. Make sure you keep that bright. And we're going to end it right here. And you can pull it back and put whatever is left on your brush up here. And that's all there is to contouring your forehead. It's really easy. And when I blend it out, you're going to see how it gives that beautiful, it just enhances your beauty. You're going to see. So we're going to do under the cheek. So I'm going to go back in to my contour. Under the cheek, we want to keep this up high. Now I have a natural shadow here. I'm just going to follow this. You want to keep your contour underneath your cheekbone, and you want to end it at the corner of your eye, and you start at the top of your ear. So I'm just going to go like this, back and forth. It's really easy, and I'm aiming for the corner of my mouth and ending right there. Nothing to it. You do not want to bring this line too far down because that's going to drag your face down. And mature women, we want to pull our faces up. We don't need anything helping to pull it down. So keep your contour up high. That's a mistake I see a lot. Women pull it way too far. I've seen contour where you go into here. We're mature women. Stay away from that. We want to lift our face. So we are lifting. We're gonna go at the top of the ear, and I'm just wiggling this right under my cheekbone and ending it at the corner of my eye. Nothing to the cheekbone. And see, I haven't even blended that out, but you can see how that is beginning to carve out my face. It lifted my cheeks. All right, now we're gonna do the jawline. As we age, our face begins to drop. And if you've slept on your face, this is going to give you gels. Genetics is going to give you gels. This starts to come forward, but with contour, we can cast a shadow here and help disguise some of this. So find the bone, and you're just going to place this on the bone. Just wiggle the brush. If you need more, just go in and get it. And you can now see how I cut this in, this beautiful jawline, and I casted a shadow right here. So now when you look at me, you can see that that shadow has made this look like it's pulled up compared to this side. It really is amazing. It is so worth learning how to do this. So I'm just going right on the bone here, wiggling it. Now, if you have more of a jowl, you can bring it up higher. And then I'm going to place a little bit right under here to help pull that up. So from the side, it puts a little shadow there, so you cannot see that little bit of turkey neck we start to get as we get older. All right, under the lip, you can place, I like to do this with my pinky, you can place a little bit underneath your lip, just like this, and just rub it, tap it in. And this helps to put a shadow there. It makes the bottom lip look fuller. It makes the bottom lip look pulled forward, which makes us look younger. I just tap it in, and it's not the whole lip, it's just right here. All right, and that brings us to the nose. Now the nose. You can do the nose with your pinky. You could do the nose with the side of the detail brush like this. I prefer to work with a smaller brush like this one. This is called the smudge brush. I'm going to work with a small end, and I'm going to be drawing lines down the sides of my nose. You want to use like the least amount of product because you don't want to end up with a muddy looking nose. And I like to use my eyebrow as a guide. And I imagine a line going down the side of my nose and down the side of my nose. The closer you get these lines together, the more narrow you can make your nose appear. You can put a little bit on the outsides of your nostrils to make them look smaller. You can place this on the end of your nose to make your nose look turned up. You can put some across here to really emphasize the ball. I'm just going to do a basic nose contour today. Just so, if you have never seen this, I'm going to make it really easy. So we're going to go into our contour, just picking up a small amount, and I'm just going to begin placing this down the side of my nose here. Just like that. Let's do the other side. And remember, the closer we get those two lines, the more narrow we can make our nose look. So I just concentrate on making that line going straight down, matching the other side. And then I'm going to work it towards an angle so I can slim out this end of my nose. And put a little bit on outside of my nostrils. And look, you can see how my nose just went. That's all there is to it. Let's put this a little bit right here. And then we're going to come back, we'll brighten that back up. And let's just begin to blend this out. So I'm going to use the detail brush, and let's start on the forehead. So here, I'm not doing this motion. I'm tapping in like this, and I'm just working this in. I'm pushing it in and pulling it back into my hairline. And just pushing in. I really like to work it into my hairline. See how that pink line disappears when you do that. Now, if you have bangs, you don't have to worry about contouring your forehead. You can just skip this whole part. Going right up into my hairline, pushing this in. And the contour, remember, has coverage in it, which makes that nice. So we can just apply one layer of makeup on our face. And there we go. And then I just like to smooth out any sort of line I have right there. And there we have a contoured forehead. Now you can see how the center of attention, the brightest area, is right here, giving that illusion that my forehead is less wide. Okay, let's do the jawline. So in the jawline, we are blending this down. So I'm pushing in like this, and then I'm going to blend it down back into my neck. You don't want to pull it up into the face. We want to keep that area the shade that it is, but we're going to pull this down the neck. Work fast, pull this down, and then just work it on down the neck to blend it in. I like to leave the right down the center brighter, and then pull this down the sides, and that contours the rest of the neck. All right. If you apply too much, we'll go back in with the perfector sponge and pick this up. All right, under the lip, we already blended that out. The cheek, we don't have to blend this too much because our blush is going to go here, and it just marries right into it. We can push it up, and that's it. You don't have to worry about blending this out too much because we want this here, we want this depth here. Now the nose, I am going to flip this brush over, and I'm going to just pull this contour down the sides of my nose, not my brush, just like this. Work it to the side, blend that out. And there's really nothing to it. Now my skin's reactive, it turns red when I'm touching it. Yours might too, and that's because we're using the brush like this and it's bringing the blood to the surface. So I like to go back later and after I'm done, just to make sure that everything's blended out. Now, I like to go back in, I flip my brush over, and I want to re-brighten the center of my nose. So I'm going to go into my brightening highlight, pick up a little bit, and I'm just going to re-brighten this up, pull some up in here, and the tip of the nose. And then I like to go back into the main shade and just take a little bit right here. And that really just enhances this contour, blends everything in, makes it look natural, and you can see for yourself what it does. Now you can clean up. It's super easy. You're just gonna dip in to your main shade. So if you applied too much here, or maybe brought the line up, you just take this like an eraser and put it wherever you want it. Maybe you want to bring your contour up a little higher. You just use this like an eraser. With liquid foundation, you can't do this because you're working with powders and liquids. It takes a lot of time going back and forth, and you don't want to do that because it would put cake. It's going to cake up your makeup, liquid and powder. So there we have it. Now, if you have a harsher line here, you can just blend it in. And ta-da, we are all contoured. Now you can take your makeup sponge and just go back in. If you put too much under here, I'm a little too dark here, so I'm just going to pick it up. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to set my makeup. Go over this a little bit right here. And that is all there is to this. Now we're done with the hack, the highlight and contour. Now the fun begins. So now we're going to bronze. This is called Bella Bronzer. Our bronzer is cream. It is the most amazing bronzer on the planet. I can say that with confidence. If you don't have this, you need to try it. Regular bronzers are powder, and you apply them everywhere, and it's a powder. It's going to dry out your skin. It's going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles and make you look older. We don't want that. We want to look younger. So why are we putting on makeup if it's going to make us look older? So I'm going to use this is the Bronze and Blush brush. It's got this big fluffy end, which is perfect for applying bronzer. It's got the other end, which is perfect size for applying our blush. It is dual-ended, and all of our brushes are multi-purpose, so you can use this to apply your main and brightening shades if you want. and it will give you a real light coverage. I've been doing that. I like it a lot, and it makes it getting ready super fast, but I love bronzing with it. I'm going to go into Bella Bronzer. I have 2 of them right here because the brush is so big. This way I can pick it up. I just swirl it around just like this. And this is what bronzer look. Bella is just beautiful. We have 4 bronzing shades. Bella's my favorite. And sitting next to it, this is an illuminator called Glow. It has a little bit of gold and sun, like a sunshiny glow. I like to dab my brush into this and pick up a little bit too, just to get all that on my brush. Now I'm going to be placing this where the sun would naturally hit my face if I was in the sun, and it's going to hit me across the forehead, across the tops of the cheeks, down the nose, on the chin, the sides, and on your chest. So I'm just going to carefully dot this on. I'm going to put this just straight across my cheek, on my cheek, across my nose. Keep it out of this area right here. We want to keep that bright. I'm going to put a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and then I'm going to work the rest down my neck. Just tapping this in. Again, it's that motion. And I love this part. This brush is so soft. It feels so good on the skin. And you can see how it is putting that beautiful glow on my skin. Instead of drying out my skin, instead of increasing wrinkles, this is doing the opposite. It's moisturizing my skin. It's making my skin look younger. You can see that glow it's putting on there. It is just absolutely beautiful. If you don't have Bella, grab it. Links to everything will be down below in the description area. I'll put everything that I use down there too, of the brushes and everything. And then I'm just bouncing this in, and you can see just that beautiful glow that I'm developing on my skin. It looks so healthy. It looks so natural. Bronzing just makes your face look slimmer too, and healthier. And it's not the sunshine, so it's not damaging our skin. Isn't that pretty? Very, very pretty. Now we're going to move on to the collection. Now, right now, Seint is offering these 4 shades in a collection so you can bundle and save money. This is called Frosted Pine Collection, and these are the shades I'm going to be working with. It's so pretty. This is a beautiful green shimmer. It's called number 33. It comes with a gel black eyeliner, this beautiful lip and cheek called Tropicana, and this beautiful illuminator called Goldie that you can use as an illuminator on your face and eyeshadow. So we're going to be working with those 4 shades, and probably going to add in some powder, some Drift and Cupcake. I always use those on my eyes too, but we're going to begin with this beautiful Tropicana on the lips and cheeks first. So this is beautiful. Let's do a swatch. So this has some gloss in it, and it is nicely pigmented. It is a corally pink shade. In the camera it's coming through more orange, but it has more pink in it. I don't know why the camera is showing it more orange, but it has more pink in it than you're actually seeing there. It is beautiful on the lips and cheeks, and it's a very pretty color. I always struggle with wearing green eyeshadow and then matching my lip and cheek. This is very pretty to go with greens. All right, so let's put some on the cheeks. I like to use my finger since these are so concentrated, and I just rub it in here. And again, these are cream, so it's going to do the opposite of a powder blush. This is going to add sheen to your cheek. It's not going to dry out your skin. It's very moisturizing, and it's not going to enhance fine lines and wrinkles because it is a cream. So I just put 3 dots, and I just go right up the side along. I follow the contour, and then I put one right here up higher. as we age, we want to lift this cheek. We don't want to pull the blush down too far because that's going to pull your face down. And unless you have a very oval shaped face, very thin face, you can bring it this way if you're younger too. But I like to keep mine up high for this ultimate cheek lift so you can watch it. So I'm just going to go in with the blush and bronzing brush, and I'm just pushing this in. And I always like to just use a little bit at first. Our lip and cheeks tend to die down, so I usually do 2 applications just like this, sometimes a little bit more. If you find that it's not lasting, you just need to apply more. So that is all there is to it. Very pretty. See how that just lifted the cheek? Such a pretty color to wear with green. Let's do the other side. I'm just going to do 3 dots. I just do 2 dots with our satin shades. With our glosses, I do a little bit more because they are not as pigmented. They're more transparent. So I'm just pushing that, going right with the contour, following it up, marrying these 2 together, and keeping it out of this area, and then taking it up into my hairline. Up into here is that real secret to lifting the face. Give this a try. Let me know what you think. If you haven't tried this, do it before and after. Do one side the way you normally do, and then one side this way. And then let me know what you think. It takes a while to get used to not bringing your blush brush down here because we're so used to putting it here. Your hand just naturally wants to go here. But we have bronzer there, so we have color. And isn't that just beautiful? I love Tropicana. It's a beautiful summer shade. It's a beautiful winter shade. I'm going to add a little bit more. It's a beautiful anytime shade. Now I like to put a little bit up on my forehead because if I had naturally had a blush to my face, I wouldn't just have it on my cheeks. So it would be throughout my entire face. So this makes it look more natural, and adding a little color to the skin just gives you more youth. And it puts more glow on your skin, and it is just beautiful. Now I'm going to go back later and check that, and I can always add more. I usually add 1 more coat because it does sink into the skin. And I'm doing this movement, which is bringing blood to the skin, which makes it look darker than it is. So we will check it out. You can maybe put a little bit on your nose. And there we have it. Now we're going to move on to lips and cheeks. Okay, this is the multitasking brush. It has this great end to apply lips. It has this great end to line your lips. I also have another one that I use for eyeshadow, for lining and patting on glitter. It's a great brush. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to line my lips today with our lip liner right here called Suede. I'm just going to go in with this end, and I'm just going to line my lips. Now this is just going to keep lipstick in place. As we mature, we don't want to have a visible line around our lips. It makes us look older. So I'm going to be using my 3D mirror, my 10 times magnification mirror right here to help me see what I'm doing. And I'm just applying this a little bit underneath the lip line right here. I'm cheating, making my lip look a little bit larger doing that. And I'm going to follow the normal lip line the rest of the way. This is like a light brown color, and it's not about the color, it's about keeping the lipstick in the lip so it doesn't migrate into fine lines. So this is very waxy, and it does a great job for that. And then on the bow, on the Cupid's bow, I'm going to overdraw that just a little bit. And then follow the natural line the rest of the way. Seint has lip moisturizer, lip gloss. Sometimes they have a lip scrub that's available. I love them all. So convenient to keep in your compact. You never have to worry about, do I have my chapstick with me? Because once you have it in here, you always have it in here. This is the lip scrub. I love it. This is the lip gloss. The lip moisturizer comes in vanilla, cherry, and peppermint. This is peppermint. I absolutely love it. It's great this time of the year, and it just pops right in there, and you always have it. All right, my lips are lined. I'm now going to turn my multitasking brush over, and I'm going to pick up some of this beautiful Tropicana from the Frosted Pine collection. If you like this, you can buy it alone. You don't have to buy the collection. Each one of these tins in the United States, the long tins are $16. Very, very affordable. Especially after I went to the store the other day and I saw chapstick for 2 tubes was almost $8. I'm like, geez, my lipstick is so affordable compared to chapstick. So I'm just applying this eye lip. Very, very pretty. I love this shade. It's very girly. It's not too bright. I used this a whole lot this summer. I've been using some dark shades lately. Royal and Black Cherry. Ever Red. So this is kind of a nice change today. Just switch over to a brighter shade. And there we have it. Very moisturizing, not sticky, no flavor, no scent. It is not a long wearing lipstick, so you're gonna need to reapply it. Long wearing lipsticks dry your lips out. This is moisturizing, super moisturizing. And it's so beautiful when you match your cheeks with your lips. It just kind of pulls the whole look together and just gives that youthful glow. I'm loving it. Love, love, love. Okay, let's do this pretty eye look. All right, let's do a swatch of our main shade we're going to be using. This is not going to be a complicated eye. This is all about this green shade called number 33. I am going to swatch this. That's what it looks like on the finger. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is the look of this look. So let's do a swatch. Here it is next to Tropicana. See how those colors complement each other? They're very pretty. So we're going to be working with that shade. We are going to be working with Goldie. We're going to use this as an eyeshadow too. And very pretty. Oops, I got a little bit green in there. Let's redo this. There we go. That's a little bit better. Goldie, Tropicana, number 33, and Goldie. And then it comes with the Black Friday gel eyeliner that we're going to do a little wing with. All right. Very pretty. Okay, let's do this. Eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the eyeshadow brush today. I love this eyeshadow brush. It has this nice little tapered end to do detail work, to increase the contour of your eye, to put eyeshadow down here. It also has this big fluffy end, which is great to do the wash of shadow for transition. So by now, if you have cream makeup on your eyelids, they are creases on the eyelids. So you're going to want to tap that in. And then I like to use our setting powder called Vanilla Dust. I'm going to set that cream makeup with vanilla dust. Knock it off, just ensuring that it's everywhere on the eyelid. This is going to make blending my eyeshadow easier, and it's going to make sure that my eyeshadow doesn't crease during the day. I find that I do not need eyeshadow primers if I do this. But if you have oily eyelids, you might want to use a primer on your eyelids. Just make sure that it's silicone free if you put the cream on there. And that is all there is to it. Now my eyes are primed, my shadows are going to blend nicely, and they're not going to crease or move throughout the day. Super easy. Now this next step, if you follow along, you know I always do. Oh, I love this eyeshadow cleaning tile. it's magnetic, it sticks right in here, and you can clean your brushes in between application. So convenient. I'm gonna hop into Cupcake, which is just like vanilla dust, but it is not transparent. I'm gonna be putting this on my brow bone. So I'm gonna just go in a little bit here. Highlighting the brow bone lifts the eye here. It's going to make us look younger. So you can see this eyelid compared to this eyelid, how that just lifted that up. And I'm just putting it right under the brow bone. Super easy. I love Cupcake. I do this on every tutorial. I think every compact needs this for their brow bone. It's just the perfect shade. I love it. Cupcake and I are like, I love it. So, okay, the next shade we're gonna use, and it's the main shade we're gonna use, is number 33. So I am going to use the small end of my eyeshadow brush, and then I will probably blend out with the larger end. So I'm gonna be going into number 33, getting on the end of my brush, and we're going to apply this on the lid. I'm gonna just lay it down first, tapping it on. Tapping it down so I can control where it's going. I'm gonna keep it away from the inside corner of my eye because Goldie is gonna go there. But I'm just placing this straight down, tapping it down into the eyelash area. Tapping it into the corner. Just so pretty. Christmas is a great time because you can wear these beautiful greens. You can wear green year round, but I love a pretty eye that is just green at Christmas time. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? It is beautiful. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm just going to fan this up to make a transition shade out of it. Just bringing it up into the crease a little bit. And there we have that. Just so beautiful. I'm not going to be lining my eyes down below with it. I'm going to put a little bit more. Put another coat on there. So beautiful. Look at that from far away. What a beautiful, it goes beautiful with Tropicana. All right, let's switch to the other side. It's a very easy eyeshadow look today. So I'm just going to tap this down first. Just going to place it by tapping it down using the small end of the eyeshadow brush. Just placing it, tapping it down where I want it. Staying away from the inside corner because Goldie's going to go there. It's going to go up into the crease. On the eyelid. So pretty. So I'm just placing it, working it down. I'm going to flip my brush over and I'm going to blend this into the transition area a little bit. Just pulling it up. And now I'm making sure that I'm keeping this eyeshadow within this line. This is very important. So you put your brush right here and take it on an angle to the end of your eyebrow. Just like this. Our eyeshadow needs to stay within that area. Exactly where this is, right down here. You do not want to go further out of that area because it's going to pull the eye down. We want to lift the eye so we're keeping us up tight and high. We're not bringing this down. If you do, you can clean it up real easy. It's not a problem, but you want to keep it high and tight. All right, that is it for number 33. It is super pretty on the eyelids. I'm loving this look. So beautiful, frosted pine. Right, and then our last step is we're gonna be using Goldie on the transition shade and in the inside corner. So I'm gonna clean my brush. I don't wanna get Goldie mixed in like I did on my arm. I'm gonna clean my brush off really well. Just taking it back and forth in this eyeshadow clean towel. This is the Grace Invention. If you're wondering what this is eyebrow wax. I love it. It's a solid, and you spray some setting spray in it, and you put it in your brows, and your brows don't move all day. And it's right here in my compact. Everything is that I need to get ready. Okay, let's pick up. We're gonna start with a small amount because this, when I color swatched it, you can see how pigmented it is. So I'm just going to pick up a small amount, and I'm just gonna gently put this down to see what happens. All right, yep, very, very pretty. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more. Always start off light, and then you can add more. So I'm just tapping that on, pushing it in for this light golden shimmer color to rise up out of number 33. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. In person, it's so much prettier. And then I am going to do the same. I'm clean the end of this brush here off really, really well. And then I'm going to pick up Goldie, and I'm going to put it in the inside corner here to knock it off. Oh yes, beautiful. Oh, that is so pretty. We'll pull it up. I'm going to pull it over into this sweet spot here where we don't have any wrinkles. And then I'm going to wash it up. And over. See that? Very pretty. Wear gold with this, and it's going to catch that gold reflection. So a little bit more out here. So I have that complete gold effect. Oh, that is really pretty. So you can get this in the collection and bundle and stick. I'm going to start with this on the inside corner this time. So pretty. And then I'm going to just tap this down on the transition area and go back and blend it up. You can take it higher if you want. But I like to keep shimmers away from the upper part of the brow bone. As we age, that can enhance fine lines and wrinkles. So I like to keep everything matte above the crease. This is absolutely gorgeous. All right, that is it for that. And lastly, we have this pretty black gel. It's called Black Friday Gel Eyeliner. This is a great eyeliner. It stays put. I shy away from black eyeliner. I usually use a dark brown. As you age, those harsh colors can age us, but it comes with this collection. So I'm just going to go in. This is the line brush. This end is perfect for doing your brows and perfect for lining your eye. I'm going to go in with the smallest amount of Black Friday, and I'm just going to make sure this finger is clean. I'm going to pull this out, pull this down, and I am going to just line the very outside corner of my eye. And then I'm going to wing it up. I'm gonna give a feline flick. See it there? And then I'm going to finish that off on the sides. Just like that. How pretty. This gives it a little bit of oomph. This look would be pretty for a Christmas party. New Year's Eve party. So I'm just taking it right on the eye, right super close to the eye lash area. And then I'm just going to pull it up for the flick. This brush makes it very easy. And go back in, darken this up a little bit, and pull it up. And then I'm gonna look at both sides, make sure my line ends. This one needs to come up a little bit more. That. And that is Black Friday eyeliner. All right, now let's go back and see if I need a little bit more Tropicana on the cheeks, which I think I do. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Dot it again. You can see how it died down. Put a little bit more. Going in with a blush brush. I'm gonna tap that in. And then we're gonna use Goldie as an illuminator on top of my cheek. So it's gonna be really pretty. It's going to just tie this whole look in. And straight up. Back here, getting this nice and high, pushing it in. I love it, it's so pretty. All right, now we are going to add this to the we're gonna be very gentle with this because it is very pigmented. See that? I mean, it is super pigmented. I am going to lightly dust a little bit right here. I'm going to use the end of my detail brush. I'm gonna pick this up lightly. I'm always gonna begin super light to begin with. And I'm just going to take it up the side of my cheek. And I'm going to blend that in. It's beautiful. You'll be able to see more on this side because of the lighting. So I'm just taking it, see, right up the cheek. And blend this in. I'm going to soften that side up with this big end of this brush. I don't like too much of a strobe on my face. I like our cream illuminators, but this is very pretty. Using it very softly. Let's put a little bit more over here. All right. And then I am going to use the Perfector sponge to pick up some of that, just a little bit right here, and to set this. I'm just going to pick up just a little bit, and it's going to set it. Set my whole face again. Okay, and let's add a little bit more to the lip, and then we have a finished look. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. I'm 52, I'm starting a new career. I was a teacher for a long time, and I just had an injury at work and I can't teach anymore, so I switched over to doing this, and I'm loving it because I still get to teach, and YouTube's a great place to teach. Okay, so like and subscribe, please, and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them into the comments. I'll get right back to you. If you want to color match, the form will be down below too, so just fill that out. You can email me, you can fill out that form, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it so much. Here is the frosted pine look. You can follow me across other social media platforms that will be down below too. Thank you, and have a great day.